Hey y'all. This week was full of many ups and downs, but I made it. So, um, I cannot say it was easy, and I can't say that next week's gonna be easy. But I'm doing it because I need to do it. I took a train from London, like I said, to Kitchener, and I had 3 sessions this week, and I had nightmares every night. The one day I woke up freezing cold, crying. The one night I just couldn't get to sleep. No, every night I felt like I just couldn't get to sleep. I put Corey's hoodie over a pillow and just hugged it. And I can't even explain the one night, my nightmare, I had like my whole calf was like sliced open, like to the muscle. And I just couldn't get help from anybody, and I was running away from people all night. And then the other night, I like kept waking up inside of a dream. Usually Corey can help me out of dreams or night terrors. He can kind of wake me and roll me or tell me to go to the bathroom or something, but I was just like, felt like I was stuck inside of a dream, inside of a dream, inside of a dream, inside of a dream. I'd wake up in my mom's house. I'd wake up in some random trailer. I would wake up just not where I should be and just really feeling unsafe. And one night I was just attacked by this man, and we were just fighting. I was fighting for my life, it felt like. And just lonely. But I made it through. I may not have eaten as much as I should be, but I think it's all gonna come in time, and I'll adjust, and I'll bring my kettle next week. I'll bring some snacks next week. I had difficult time with the restaurant that was with the Radisson and just the hotel in general. So next week I'm gonna go to the Holiday Inn. Just trying to explain to waitresses that I can't tip because I'm not allowed to give gratitude, and if I give gratitude, it comes out of my daily food allowance because I was eating with the restaurant associated with the hotel. And I got some lip, and I complained to management just because it gave me so much anxiety that all I could eat was takeout. I would just go and get takeout, and they were like having me sit with the hostess, like they thought I was a Dine and Dasher, to confirm that I was with the hotel, and just like I was like at the point where I was like, just visa it so I can get out of here, and all the people and the restaurant can stop staring at me. So you're like making me sit with the hostess like a child. Anyways, new hotel, new week. My last night, I ended up having to call Corey at 12:50 in the morning. I just was having such negative thoughts. I was so sad, and I wanted to hang myself in the hotel room. And I just know that those bad thoughts were unhealthy. As you can see, I've been picking really bad. I've even picked my lip. Trying not to hurt myself. Corey was able to talk me down, and like I said, I put his sweater on a pillow and just hugged it to sleep. And that next morning, because of all the bad nightmares, I was just so distraught and so shaken. But I knew I had to go into my clinic. I knew that if I got there, somebody could help me. And I got there, and I got a tea on the way. And even just standing in the Tim Hortons, I had my back on every wall I could, just scanning everybody in the restaurant. Anytime I was alone and a guy walked into the room, I would just run. And I don't know how many men I probably scared the shit out of this week. I remember coming in the hotel and some guy was coming out, and I just booked it. I felt like I was just like a vulnerable walking target. I have a limp, like all these like crazy thoughts are going through my head, like someone's gonna hurt me. But I got into the clinic and I broke again. Like I couldn't stop crying. My back's against the wall. My jaw shakes uncontrollably. Like it just clatters. And she taught me some really great new strategies. Actually, the psychologist had a cancellation, so that's the only reason why she was able to see me. And we were laying on the floor, my hands spread, my feet, like, at one point I was planted and then I just completely laid down, just feeling the cold like shocking me. And we were naming things that were different colors, but I don't know, just removing myself from the seated position and completely laying down. And I've been working on DBT, so something that I find works really good with me is sensation. So I was holding an ice pack, touching cold surfaces just to shock my system and get it out. Learning that I actually am better at mindfulness than I thought. So my fidgeting, realizing that that's me escalating. I need to start implementing strategies. So I've been listening to the music. Like I always do that one, but it's the sensations that were the change. The naming objects, that was a change. I had always done like 5 things I smell, 5 things I see, 5 things I hear, but just naming different colored things was easier. And oh, see, there I am picking. I'm getting anxious. So I'm glad that she was able to provide me with some new strategies and a whole write-up. And she asked me how I felt, and I'm laying on the floor and I'm crying. And I said, I just feel so weak. I just feel so little. And she said to me, I see somebody that's really brave. I see somebody that got out of bed today and knew they had to come to the clinic, even if they were late. And they got their tea, even if it was hard. And she told me how great I coped, how brave I was, even though I felt so weak and so small. And that made me feel so good, because I didn't think about it that way. I didn't think I could have just stayed in bed, but I got up despite my fears, despite my crazy alertness to everything around me. I did it. Oh my gosh, so Phoebe is trying to get me to pet her. She's rubbing her face. And she was also using humor with me too. That was really helpful. But anyways, I need to keep seeing how brave I am and take next week by storm. I have 4 days next week. They're like 3-hour courses. I see different educational courses, activities. So I do different things to get me back active again with a kinesiologist and the doctor. And they're going to write me a note. The pharmacist and the doctor are going to write me a note to bring to my next psychologist appointment, because it was such a mess. So I don't know if you read in the news that 5 London LHSC psychologists have resigned. So I'm feeling the hurt from that. I got to my last appointment and they said they had lost or misplaced my file. They sat me with a resident who didn't know me. And I was like, so why did I come here today? Like, she didn't even know I was going to treatment, even though all that information has been sent to my psychologist. Trying to get my meds changed, someone who doesn't have any information on me. She told me just to stop taking one of my 3 pills. I take it 3 times a day. She goes, just take out one, but didn't write it down. So my pharmacist isn't aware of that. They're going to keep packing it. It's like, who is monitoring this resident? And why did you lose my file? Why did you let me come all the way in here to tell me I've lost my file? I don't know. It was just really frustrating having to deal with the mess that the hospital is right now. Just crossing my fingers it wasn't my psychologist that was fired. Or, sorry, not fired, resigned. they have resigned due to management issues, is what I've read. So I'm going to have my tea, and I'm going to have my cereal. I'm going to hang out with my dog and really enjoy every moment that I have at home, because I know next week I'll be alone again in a hotel. Anyways, ta-ta. Bye, loves.